Hi guys! I'm on the lookout for some brave, curious and silly explorers to join me on an adventure. Well, let's put it this way. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to bounce along inside a giant bubble? How about a hike in a tropical jungle? Or what goes on in a top secret superhero lair?
Watch out for flying octopus!
Is this a yes, yes, yes? I'm Connie, Chief Adventurer at Armchair Adventures, a super fun and a little bit bonkers podcast for kids aged 6 to 10. Each episode is a brand new adventure, and you're invited. What makes it super special is that I've jam-packed it full of sing and move-along fun. You can listen wherever you get your podcasts. Where will your next armchair adventure take you?
Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we're going to be jumping back into the Cards of Power universe. A universe where kids are given magical cards and, sent to go on adventures and battle other magical creatures for some reason. Tonight's story is the result of a couple of suggestions I've gotten. First of all, from Brantley, who suggested a space dragon and then re-suggested a space dragon, and then about 10 more times suggested a space dragon on my YouTube channel. So I guess we're going to do a space dragon. Second, I'm told that one of my listeners, Max from Indianapolis, is turning 8 today. And one thing I know about Max from Indianapolis is that he has a dragon stuffy called Max Jr. So that inspiration has also made its way into today's episode. Also, happy birthday, Max. Before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that I did something else. I put out a coloring book called Dad's Bedtime Stories, the Coloring Book. And for those of you who are listening in Canada and spell color with a U, I decided to go with the American spelling. So if you're searching for that on Amazon, it's Dad's Bedtime Stories, the Coloring Book. It basically has a collection of coloring pages. I think there's 40 of them in total that I've made over the years, and had always meant to make a coloring book and never got around to it. So I finally found a tiny bit of time, finished the coloring book, and put it up there on Amazon if anyone wants to have a coloring book. Last, I just want to give a big shout out to some of my newest Patreon sponsors. Thank you to Rosie and Arlo. It means a lot that you sponsor the podcast. Thank you also to Ellis for sponsoring the podcast. I really appreciate that. And now, it's that time again. Time to close your eyes, get as comfy as you can in that bed, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. Now, in case you haven't been listening the last couple episodes, as a bit of a reminder, we currently find ourselves exploring the Galactic Card Federation and all of the Galactic Card Federation planets in preparation for an upcoming tournament. Most recently, we find ourselves around a planet that was used by the Wizards Council for experiments. And that's where we start things off today, too. You wake up inside your Cards of Power spaceship. Magnus is sitting down by your feet. He gets up, stretches his back, a lot like a cat would, and greets you. Good morning. Well, what do you want to do today? He asks. I was thinking we should maybe explore that weird, floating island a little more. I know we found some stuff in one of the towers, which was pretty amazing, but I wonder what other kind of experiments the wizards were working on. Oh, yeah. Well, since it did result in me getting a bit of a power upgrade last time, I'm fully on board. Let's do it. You and Magnus get out of bed, get dressed quickly. Well, you do. Magnus is a dragon, doesn't need to do that sort of thing. And then you head down the hallway back to the control center of the ship, which is currently being run by a little technological axolotl and a team of technological elves. Welcome back, Ax the axolotl says. What are you planning on doing today? Well, we thought we'd head back down to that weird island that floats in the sky and see if the wizards had any other interesting experiments going on, you respond. That is an excellent idea, Ax answers, setting course now. Through the large view screen on the front of the ship, you watch as the ship angles itself back down towards the planet. Before long, the planet gets larger and larger in front of you until it takes up the entire view screen. You burn through the atmosphere, drop below the clouds, and then the ship sort of levels out. You find yourself flying right towards the strange floating island with the wizard's castle or wizard's tower on it. Now, where would you like me to land this time? Ax asks. Well, that tower over there looks pretty intact. Maybe we should see what's in there. Excellent idea, Ax responds, setting course, finding landing zone now. The ship drifts over towards the other fairly intact tower that you pointed towards. It levels out and slowly hovers down towards the ground. You hear a sort of clanking noise as the landing gear makes contact. Very good. Now be safe out there, Ax says. Of course I will. In fact, just to make sure, you activate your card core and summon forth your technological armor card. The card glows blue in front of your body, then wraps around you with a glowing blue energy and solidifies into a suit of high-tech armor. With it on, all you have to really do is think about flying and you float up in the air. You activate your thrusters until you're hovering inside the spaceship. Then, along with Magnus, you drift down the hall and out the back, where you find yourself floating in front of the wizard's tower. You land on the ground in front of the door. It's still closed and fully intact. You walk up and try to turn the handle, but it doesn't budge even a little bit. I got this, Magnus says. And then he begins to glow, and he begins to grow larger and larger and larger until he finds himself in his deity form, a large black dragon with glowing lines of sun-like energy passing through his body. He breathes in a deep breath and unleashes a blast of energy so hot that you can feel it in the air, even through your high-tech suit. The door instantly bashes off of the hinges, and a way inside opens up. Magnus glows again and shrinks back down into his second form, one that's about the same size as an adult human. He stands upright with his wings and tail aflame, and together, you head inside this mysterious wizard's tower. You find yourself on the lower floor of the tower, a floor that looks, kind of like a living room and kitchen. The only odd part is that there's a bunch of sort of self-propelled tools and cleaning implements that make their way around the room, tidying up constantly. Flying brooms and flying dusters ensure that there's no dust anywhere. Flying mops and flying cloths scrub the floors and all of the surfaces, and the plates and cups seem to have a mind of their own, floating around the room, setting themselves on the table as if they're getting ready for breakfast. A teapot places itself on the stove, heats up, and as soon as it begins to boil, it floats up in the air, over to the table, and starts pouring tea in 3 of the cups that are sitting there. It's as if whoever lived here automated their entire life using magic. The tools and cleaning implements, plates and cups just sort of make their way around you as if you're not there at all. There's a very comfortable looking couch that's facing a gigantic crystal ball of some kind. You decide to check out the other levels of the tower. It certainly doesn't seem like anyone still lives here, but things are in pretty good shape. You head back over towards the door, where you first saw a spiral stone staircase leading up to other floors of the building. And you see that the door is already repairing itself. It floats up in the air and moves back over to the doorway. A flying screwdriver, hammer, and a bunch of enchanted nails and screws float their way over to secure the thing back to the frame. In the meantime, you make your way up the stairs. The first room looks like a wizard's lab of sorts. Alchemy equipment, potion bottles, and all sorts of unmarked chemicals and liquids line the walls. There's shelf upon shelf of books, and the whole thing looks rather technical and magical. Though not knowing what any of it is, you decide to leave it mostly alone. You continue up the spiral staircase to the very top floor, where you find a bedroom. A bedroom full of many of the same floating implements, brooms and mops and dusters and cloths floating about, making sure the bedroom is constantly sparkling clean. Sitting at the foot of the bed is a stuffed animal. A little dragon stuffed animal. You walk up towards it out of curiosity and pick it up off of the bed. It has a name tag on it, labeled Max Jr. I wonder what this is for, you say to Magnus, holding up the little stuffed dragon that's labeled Max Jr. Well, I guess the wizard who lived here liked stuffed animals and dragons. Pretty good taste if you ask me. The stuffy is super soft too. I mean, you're wearing technological armor, but it's just squishy in a really satisfying way. You can't help but squeeze it against your body for a second. And then something strange starts to happen. You feel a weird rumbling sensation coming out of the stuffed dragon. And then the stuffed dragon starts to grow. You drop it on the ground and back away. You watch it as it continues to grow, larger and larger and larger, and as it grows, it starts to look more and more real. It gets so large that its wings break through the walls of the building. Its head rises up and bashes through the roof. The top floor of the tower falls down around you, rubble hitting you in the back. Luckily, you're protected by that armor, though. The gigantic dragon just screams, unleashing a bolt of laser directly into the air before spreading its wings and floating up. Strangely, it doesn't even seem to have to flap to fly. Its wings begin to glow a strange red color, and it suddenly blasts up through the clouds and into the atmosphere, presumably straight into space. What just happened? You ask, looking over at Magnus.
I think the stuffed dragon might have been enchanted. It seems to have turned into a real dragon and then, flown into space.
Yeah, okay. That's what I saw happen too. You float up in the air. Magnus does the same. You float down from the tower and over towards the spaceship. Together, you re-enter the ship, run down the hall to the control center. Did you just see that? You ask, Axe.
Yes, a strange dragon just burst through the top of the tower you were in and straight up into space. We are currently tracking it. I believe it has put itself in orbit above the planet. Would you like to go check it out closer?
Axe asks. Yeah, I guess we better see what we just unleashed. You respond. So, Axe commands the tech elves, and the ship floats up off of the ground. You face up towards the sky and blast forward, through the clouds, through the atmosphere, and out into space. As you enter the blackness of space, you find yourself facing a rather large and rather scary-looking dragon. Presumably some sort of space dragon. The dragon's mouth lights up a bright red color, and a beam of laser shoots directly at the ship, hitting the shields.
Shields down to 75%. That was a very large blow. Increasing power now, Axe says. Battle stations, everyone.
The elves quickly run from place to place, and after pressing a series of buttons, a whole bunch of laser cannons pop out the side of the ship and point directly at the space dragon. Why is it attacking us now? It didn't attack us on the ground, you say.
Interesting. Possibly this particular space dragon is designed to protect the planet. It may see spaceships as a threat.
Are you telling me that the wizard that lived down there created a stuffed animal that turns into a giant space dragon that attacks ships that try to come to the planet? You ask.
Yes, I believe that is exactly the case.
Another blast of laser hits the shield.
Shields at 70%, Axe says. Would you like me to return fire?
I guess so, you respond.
Fire at will,
Axe orders all of the little technological elves. There's a flurry of activity before lasers and bolts of light begin shooting from the ship straight towards the space dragon. A large glowing orb of light appears around the dragon as the lasers and such make contact with it. A shield? You say, watching the lasers deflect off of the thing.
I believe so. We might need a little more firepower, Max says.
Most of my firepower is kind of in the form of cards, and I don't know if they can survive in space.
Interesting. I may have a solution for part of that. I do have a highly advanced breathing system for at least one large creature in the back, and I believe your high-tech suit can deal with the vacuum of space. I made sure of it when I upgraded.
So are you saying Magnus and I can go out and battle this thing in the middle of space?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Quick, follow me.
Axe runs down the hallway, and you and Magnus run after him. He leads you down a series of halls that you've never been through before, into a gigantic room, a cargo bay of sorts.
This is where I've been stocking some of the more complicated technology. Now, where was that magical creature's spacesuit? Oh, here it is,
Axe says, breaking open a large crate.
Where did you get that? You respond. It's best to not ask questions, but you know I like acquiring different types of tech. Now, Magnus, you may want to be in your fully more powerful form before you put this on.
Understood, Magnus says, and immediately he begins to glow and grows larger back into his deity-level form, a large black dragon with streaks of pure, sunlight-like energy pumping through his veins.
Here, this is the helmet. Just get a little closer and I'll put this on.
Axe lifts up something that actually looks more like a necklace than a helmet. Magnus moves his head closer, and Axe locks the technological necklace around its neck. Suddenly, a large glowing dome of energy appears around his head.
This will allow you to breathe, but if you want to move anywhere, you'll need some propulsion. Wings don't actually work that well in space, it turns out. Here.
Axe jumps on top what looks like a large backpack and starts pressing buttons on it. Suddenly, the backpack, along with Axe, float up in the air.
Stay right there,
Axe says, as he flies the backpack over towards Magnus and lands it on its back. Straps fly around the gigantic dragon and lock into place.
This should connect with your mind. Just by thinking about it, the thrusters should activate. Now, you're best to exit through the airlock over there.
You see a large door off in the distance at the other side of the cargo area. You float up in the air and head towards it as Magnus runs after you on the ground. You enter through a gigantic door that closes behind you. Then, there's a hissing noise as the air is sucked out of the room. The door on the other side begins to open, and you and Magnus fly out into space. You using your normal thrusters, and Magnus using his new backpack thing. Immediately you see another beam of laser strike the ship, and you watch as the ship delivers its own blast of lasers and what look like sort of energy-powered torpedoes. You and Magnus fly over towards the space dragon. All right, Magnus, let's see if we can help in some way. You immediately activate your card core and call forth your energy shield and energy sword. Then you activate your time card, keeping it ready to freeze time if needed, or speed yourself up as it may be.
One question. Can I fire through this thing with my breath attack?
Magnus asks. A voice appears on your intercom.
I believe Magnus is asking if he can still use his breath attack,
Axe says.
I have designed the shield to allow blasts to go through in one direction. His breath attack should go straight through the shield, but still protect him against anything coming the other way, like the vacuum of space.
I don't know what that means, but I'm taking that as a yes, Magnus says. Then he charges up all of his power. His veins begin to glow a brighter color, and he unleashes a blast of pure sunlight directly at the dragon. It hits the dragon's shield with unrelenting force, and you see little cracks beginning to appear. "Good job, Magnus. I think it's working," you say as you blast towards the dragon, holding your sword up in the air. You activate your time card, speeding yourself up compared to everyone else around you, and you swing your laser katana through the air. You hit the shield at incredible speed and incredible force, and almost instantly, it shatters. You move inside and unleash several strikes of your laser katana, cutting across the space dragon, before you blast back out of the way and allow time to return to normal. The dragon roars as the shield shatters, and 3 slices suddenly appear in its chest. It unleashes a blast of red-hot laser energy directly at Magnus that hits him square on, sending him flying backwards. It doesn't look like it hurt him too much, but probably in the vacuum of space, the dragon has a little trouble resisting such things. You take the opportunity to summon forth your missiles, the ones built into your spacesuit. You unleash a barrage of tiny little missiles that fly through the air and connect with the dragon, creating a gigantic explosion. At the same time, the spaceship unleashes another barrage of laser fire and energy torpedoes that blast through the air and connect with the dragon as well. There's another large explosion as the dragon flies sideways. Then, out of seemingly nowhere, Magnus, using his little jetpack, flies back into the scene. He roars as his body bursts with energy once again. His veins glow, and his entire body seems to set on fire. Then, a blast of energy that doesn't seem to come from just his mouth, but his entire body all at once, shoots forward and hits the space dragon, almost instantly knocking it out. The space dragon flies and flips through the air somewhat uncontrollably. You blast forward towards it, and Magnus moves beside you. Together, you do your best to sort of catch the dragon, grabbing a hold of its back and using your thrusters to stop it from spinning. Magnus grabs on with his claws and pulls back using his jetpack until the dragon sort of slows down and stops in space. Then, you place your hand on the dragon. You activate your card core, and you reach out to the creature. You're not sure if the card core will work on a already enchanted stuffed dragon, but you decide to try it anyways. Somehow, it connects. The dragon begins to glow, and you will it to form itself into a card. The bright blue energy starts to swirl together into a little rectangle. You float over towards it and grab a hold of the card. It solidifies in your hand. Max Jr., Space Dragon. This dragon was once a favored stuffed animal of a wizard, enchanted to protect the wizard's world from all threats. Now, its power is yours, Space Dragon or Stuffy, whichever you choose. You immediately activate your card core and absorb the card into it. You and Magnus fly back into the ship's airlock. The outer door closes as air hisses back into the chamber. The door on the other side then opens up, and the two of you make your way inside. You activate your card core and summon your armor back into it as Magnus shrinks back down to his dragonling size. Together, you walk through the halls of the ship and back towards your own bedroom. You look at the very comfortable but empty-looking beds, and you make a decision. You activate your card core once again and summon forth the space dragon, focusing on it appearing in its stuffy form. A blue card appears in front of you, then reforms itself into a stuffed dragon that sits on the end of the bed.
"Hey, that's my spot,"
Magnus says, carefully jumping up and pushing the stuffy over to the side.
"There's room for all of us,"
you say, as you climb into bed and pull the covers up to your chin. You close your eyes as the lights dim, and you begin to just focus on your breath. With each breath, your muscles relax a little bit more, and slowly, you find yourself sinking down into the mattress. The more you breathe, the more comfortable you become, and the more comfortable you become, the easier it seems to breathe. Soon, your mind begins to wander off to thoughts of new dreams, new adventures, and new enchanted stuffed animals to come. Good night, everyone.